Tomorrow's Board of Aldermen election will decide more than just who represents the wards of St. Louis. The person picked to lead the board will be a key factor in major decisions and developments impacting the entire region. Our Abby Larico is here with a breakdown of these top 3 contenders. All, by the way, are Democrats. Good morning, Abby.
Hey, good morning, Rennie. Despite the fact that tomorrow is technically just a primary, because all of the candidates for the president job are Democrats, whoever wins tomorrow will win that job. So we're breaking down where they stand on different topics in their own words. First off, talking about crime. So when it comes to current President Lewis Reed, he tells us that public safety is his top priority. He says, we know there's a small group of people responsible for many of the crimes in our city, so that's why he wants to continue to work together and implement the ceasefire method throughout St. Louis. Now, 15th Ward Alderwoman Megan Green is also running, and she says that we can't make the city safer without addressing poverty, lack of opportunity, mental health, and drug addiction. That's part of her campaign platform. And State Senator Jamila Nasheed says that we need comprehensive, smart on crime solutions that stop crime before it happens, saying she wants to be tougher on violent offenders. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll talk about where each of these 3 top contenders stand when it comes to that soccer stadium proposal. Allie, Rennie, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Abby. Some big issues there that really do impact the entire St. Louis region.
Yeah, tomorrow's primary is going to be a big one.